Welcome to Every Tuesday Training with Simple Grace Collective. I have no idea what I just said, but that works. Every Tuesday, we have a training at 10 a.m. that we do live on Zoom, and it is always put into our YouTube channel as well as in our group in Facebook. We have a private group that is Simple Grace Collective. You can find us there. We break down different things, tips, tricks, trainings, whatever we have learned to use for GetOiling. We are brand partners, cross team. My name is Janelle Anderson. I live in Western North Dakota. My husband and I, we ranch. Sarah has kind of the same background, which she'll introduce herself just briefly shortly. And we also have been brand partners with Young Living for a little over 3 years. Love this company. So thankful for this company. We're so thankful that we stumbled upon GetOiling because we love it, we use it, and we try to alleviate the frustration that there can be as you are learning all about GetOiling.
Thanks, Janelle. I'm Sarah Haydenfeld from Central Nebraska. I have been, like Janelle said, a brand partner for about 3 years. I've been using Young Living since 2014. So started out a product lover, just like most everybody does, and then kind of moved on to sharing. So, and yes, GetOiling is amazing. It is a one-stop shop. Everything is in, you can open one browser, you can connect with your team, you connect with prospects, you can email, it's your website, is everything in one stop. So that's why we really love it. So, and we're super excited today because they have an update, a new feature, and it's called automations, which is wonderful. In short, I was super excited about automations because how many times have you wanted to take someone that's in a campaign and have them automatically pop into a new campaign, or decide to pop into a different campaign? If you don't know what a campaign is, maybe it's an email series that gets them a bunch of information. Maybe they want different information. You don't have to do that manually anymore. Manually, you don't have to use a landing page, so they don't have to continue to put their information in landing pages. You can automatically have them opt in without adding their information again. Okay, so we're just going to talk a little bit about what automations are, and then we're going to give you a real life, this is how you use automations. Okay, so automations are
hold on, let's just tell them we do have a freebie today. It's not quite finished. We have one more step to put on it, and it is going to go hand in hand with another freebie that we have out there, which is the candle freebie, if you guys know what that is. If you don't, get in our Facebook group, because that's where you can download the resource share thing for it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful freebie. So this just makes it even cooler. So automations are a powerful tool, and they allow you to design a custom user experience for your contacts. So it basically is another option for autopilot, which we all know saves time. That is what GetOiling has really done for us. So they can allow you to take one or more actions. You can do as many as you want when a specific activity is initiated by one of your contacts or even in the system. So example uses of when you would use automation. So when someone registers on a landing page, an automation can remove a tag from them. So let's say they were a prospect, and then you have a landing page to get into your member vault. There can be an automation there to remove their prospect tag and add a member tag. Then you can add them to a campaign, remove from a campaign, add a follow-up plan to them. You can use it when someone clicks on a link in an email or a text. An automation can start a campaign automatically and remove them from a different campaign and add them to a vault. When someone registers on a landing page, it can send them an email with an automation link in it. So if they click it, the automation can tag them, add them to another campaign with the info that they wanted. It allows you, like I said, to set up double confirmation kind of opt-ins if you'd like. You can use them when someone clicks a link on a page in your member area, and they can automatically start them on a campaign and add them to a vault. When someone finishes a lesson or a class in your member area, you can run an automation to tag them or start a new campaign, which is really cool with new member education. Automations can be run manually, one by one, or in bulk. Let's see. So basically, adding or removing tags campaigns, vaults, or follow-up plans. There's so many things that GetOiling can do. If you are doing events with your GetOiling, they can RSVP, yes, no, or maybe to an event. And you can also use it to opt contact in and out of email or text. If you use contact ratings 0 to 5, you can also do that there. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to walk you through how we would use automations on our homepage. So let me share my screen super quick here.
This is, I will tell you, as we go into this, please give yourself a lot of grace as you're learning this. Even if you start something and set it up, you can always go back and change it. You are never stuck with anything. These are fully editable. And if you decide it's not working the way you want it, you can change it. So as you learn this, if this is a super new concept to you, lots of grace. We're going to fail forward.
And don't just start very, very simple. Do one automation, try it out on yourself, and then you can work up from there. So
and don't worry, we are going to show you, like Sarah said, we're going to walk you through an automation.
Yep. Okay, so this is our homepage, and we actually, if you are new to Simple Grace, we have a course that it shows you how to create a custom homepage, and it also has a lead funnel to funnel down the leads that come to your homepage. So this is the homepage that is part of our course, and we're going to walk you through how we're going to use work automations into this. So we have a free download, Simple Start to Natural Living, and what that does is it triggers a campaign that, well, once they put their information in here, it's going to take their information, and then they're going to get a campaign that is it's called a Get to Know Me campaign. So what that does, they put their information into the landing page. Open that up again. And then they're going to automatically be sent an email that says, here's your freebie. It is a beautiful PDF. Let me go here. Let's walk you through that here. I'll show you exactly what the Get to Know Me email, what the campaign is and how we're going to use it. So on the first email, they're going to get that Simple Start PDF. It's right here in their first email. And the email series also walks them through the natural living lifestyle. It tells them a little bit about me, about why I chose it. And then it goes in and it gives them the Simple Start to Natural Living. Now there's other emails in this series that give them a little more information about just what natural living is, a few things. We want to get to know them a little bit. And then at the very end, on day 4, actually, it's my wrap up to them. Okay. And it says, I've enjoyed our time together. Hopefully they have, in the last email, there's a prompt to have them respond back to have them tell us a little bit more about what they are looking for. And it just says different ways that they connect. Another prompt that says, hey, did you get that Simple Start to Natural Living? Now at the end here is where I want to talk about how we are going to add an automation in. So it says, as I mentioned earlier, I do love to send out natural living tips every so often. If you would like to read or receive those, click here. In here, I have an automation. And Janelle is going to show you, we're going to walk you through how to build this, but I have an automation here that is going to opt them in to my monthly. I have 3 emails in the month that go out that is just education. My members can get that. And how that happens is this automation adds a tag to them that says tips. You can have a tag be whatever you want for what you have for, and it's basically a long-term prospect campaign, a little bit, and just kind of gives them more information if they want it. Now they can opt into that. I also want to be very upfront with him. And I say, I also want to be respectful of your time and your inbox. If you no longer want to receive emails from me, no hard feelings, just click here. When they click there, there's an automation built in. That's super easy. It's an email opt-out. Okay, if they don't want to be here, they don't don't need to be here. If they want to be here, of course we want them, want them to have more information, but we want to give them the option. Okay, we want to know that we are very upfront and not, if they're not interested, no big deal. Okay, so that's what that is.
Let's tell them what we call it. We don't call it. This was given to us. So this is called permission-based marketing. What we are doing is we want to continue to give them the option to move on to our next step of whatever it is. At every place where we're going to start something new, we want to give them complete control to do that if they want to. This is something that Coach Ashley talks about with GetOiling, and Sarah actually heard that thing and she talked to me about it. And I will tell you that permission-based marketing will change the way people look at you, the way they look at your emails, and the contacts that they have with you. So it's a really amazing concept. We'll talk more about that in other trainings, but that's what that is.
Yep. It also very useful if you're looking at different ways to use automations. Let's say your new members, when your new members pop in, maybe some people get in with a starter bundle. Maybe some people grab just Pro Plus. Maybe they don't want information on a bunch of things, but they just want information on, specifically what they're looking for. You can use automations to say, hey, do you want more info? Instead of just, and I have been I'm guilty of this, instead of just shoving info down their throat because we're so excited about it, it gives them the option to just go ahead and say, hey, maybe I do want some more. And you can give them the option to say, yes, I would love to have more info. And I think that is it's a really great, permission-based is wonderful. Okay, so let's go back to the homepage. We scroll down, we have another freebie, and this is what we're going to talk about and how we're going to build this first automation so you can see how we're going to do it. And that's the truth about candles. If you haven't grabbed that from us, you can hop into our Facebook group and it's a freebie. Everything, all the information in this is completely free. And Janelle's going to walk us through just how to set up an automation using this freebie. Okay.
Yep.
Let me stop my share. Okay.
Make sure I get in the right spot. Okay, so as it catches up, here is, you guys can see that, I'm assuming. Can you hear me clearly? I had some issues with my microphone before. Okay, so when we are in here, this is our actually Simple Grace Collective. Remember, Sarah and I are also brand partners. We have our own GetOiling. This is today's together, and that's what we're going to go through. So we are starting with that candle freebie that what Sarah had shown you. So when people click on the candle freebie, they are going to come to a landing page where we are going to collect their information so that we can start to be in their inbox. We can start this conversation, we can start this relationship, and we're also giving them the 7 reasons to ditch candles. So when you get into this one, the first step, and I'm walking you right now through the start of your automation. If you have not already done this, you are going to want to come up to page settings. And this is where you have all of the different information. This actually tells them that they will be redirected to the page with all the info in here. You can add a campaign to use. It has a tag that's on it. So what you want to do, your first step, and to tell you guys, Sarah and I created a candle follow-up campaign for you. It is a 3-email series, and we already have that in here. And so this is what we are going to do right now. We are going to add that into this spot. What could you add into this? You could create your own email campaign. Maybe some of you already have. Maybe you were doing the generic. This one is just a little bit more, it just follows with that whole flow of the candle one. So we're going to do the candle follow-up campaign. That's the one we're going to choose. That's what is in here now. This tag is candle freebie prospect. We are going to go down here and click done and save. And so that's your first step. You are going to add that campaign to that, the candle follow-up. So then we're going to go back to our dashboard, and we are going to, I just want to make sure that I'm in the correct spot. Okay. So now I'm going to show you where to even access an automation. So you're going to click on settings under contacts. And then you're going to scroll down, and this one is just so many different options, but you're going to scroll down to automations, and you're going to click on that. And we are going to create an automation. So how many of you are like, oh my gosh? It's really not bad, I promise. And like we said, this is going to be a learning curve, but start small. And you can always go back and watch this recording to listen to the things that we're dropping here. But also, this is going to walk you through how you will set up your whole campaign attached to an automation attached to the candle one. So you're going to create an automation. And I am just going to put in here that this is candle flow. And it's going to pop a keyword. Why a keyword matters, just so you guys know, this can be an opt-in thing. So if someone sent you it back, they can opt into this automation this way too. We're not really worrying about that. We're going to leave a keyword. That's fine. Okay, so once you have an automation name, you are going to click add action. So we already have people at this point. Let's just remember where we're at. We have people that have opted into my art candle information. They have given us their information, and then they were redirected immediately to that candle information page. That is all in the freebie if you have not grabbed that, just so you know. So what we are going to do is add an action to this automation. We're going to click on campaign, and we are going to click on remove campaign. And you're going to be like, why are we doing this? Well, we're going to show you why we're creating this actual automation. So just stick with us. Then we want to remove the candle follow-up campaign. So that is the one we're going to choose. And then we're going to hit add action. I know you guys are probably still like, what are you doing? I don't understand. Stick with me. We're going to hit add action again. And we are going to add them into a new campaign. So we're going to hit add campaign. And then we are going to go down. Sarah, what do we call this one? Get to know me, all prospects. Okay. And then we are going to add that. So what this other campaign is, and then we're just going to tell you that with our different courses that we have, you guys, if you purchase that, you have the Get to Know Me email campaign. What we did is we copied it, made it more generic so that it will work for an all prospect. So it's not just the candle one that this is going to work for. This is for all prospects. Okay. So we've added that. Now stick with me since we're in here. We're going to continue adding to this automation. I promise this is totally going to make sense in a little bit. I didn't really think of how this would not make sense to you guys. So if you remember when they signed up for the candle freebie, they got a tag, which was candle freebie prospects. So we're actually going to remove that tag right now. And we're going to click on candle freebie prospect. We're going to hit add action, but we don't want them without a tag. So we need to add another one back in. I keep telling you, this will make sense. And just for today. Okay, so to catch back up, we just added the candle follow, or we removed the candle follow up campaign. We added in Get to Know Me. This is all going to make sense, I promise. We removed the tag of candle freebie prospect, and we need to add a tag back in because it is incredibly important that they have a tag. Tags are the staple with our GetOiling website to make it so much easier to do all of the things. And so just for this one, this for you might look like just prospect. You could just name it prospect. We actually are just going to use one that we have in place, and that's going to be Sally's prospects. We are going to hit add action. Okay. So now here is where this is all going to make sense. This automation needs to go somewhere, correct? We need all of these things to start. It has to start somewhere. Something has to make it go into place. There has to be an action taken. So we're going to hit save changes and save this. And then this is the freebie that we have, is the candle follow-up freebie. Now you guys are going to download that, and then you're going to find it. Once you've hit that resource, you're going to find it under contacts in settings. And then from there, you're going to click on campaigns. And then from there, you're going to see candle follow-up campaign. So we're going to click on that. Then here is a 3-parts email series campaign that we created for you guys to use with your candle freebie. just to show you really quick what this looks like. And then we're going to show you where we're going to add that automation in. So personally, this is my plan is I am going to add it into every single email that they are going to get. So more touch points. This one basically says, I'm shooting you a quick email about the candle info. We know that it's a good chunk to read and you might not even be done with it yet, but we're also going to give you the link to find it. If you accidentally clicked out of that URL. And then also this is where we would add in, this is where I am going to add in that automation, that other touch point. I also have an amazing, simple resource I would love to share with you. And this was exactly what we're talking about. We're building in that next layer, number one for automation, but this is permission-based marketing. Yes, I have an amazing, simple resource I would love to share with you. All you have to do is click here and you will get it in your inbox. You guys can change this to say whatever you would like. I'm actually going to space this out so it looks a little bit better. And then we are going to just add that button. We're going to put it right down here. So what you do is, because this needs to be an automation, this is how I'm going to show you how to do it first. We are adding the automation in this spot right here. There is no button yet, and I want to show you guys how to find the link so you can copy and paste it into a button eventually. So this is where I want my thing to go. This little lightning bolt up here is where all of the automation goodness lives. And so we are going to click on that down button, and there is our automation that we already created that I know that you guys are like, that doesn't make sense what she's doing, but this is where it's going to make sense. We're going to click that. It's going to say, what kind of wording do you want? We're just going to say simple start. Actually, we're going to say dig deeper. Click here. Okay, so we're going to hit OK. Now, what you guys can see is this is a little highlighted. This is perfect. You can just leave it just like this, but I already have a button in my email. I want to click and keep another button. So you click on that. You're going to hit Edit. And then, as you can see, this is the code that has automatically been created by GetOiling. I am going to highlight that and copy it. And then we're just going to click out of it. I am then going to space down. And right here, if you click this plus button, now remember again, you do not have to add a button. This is just my choice that I am doing personally, and I want to show you how to do that. So you click this button, and then you hit this one that says the two squares. So plus with the three little dots, and then insert button. We're going to pick our color that we want. We're going to match it up with the one that's already in there. Now, in order to edit this, you click on it, and then you're going to click the little pencil. Now, remember, I already have copied my code, so I put that in there. And I'm going to change this to say dig deeper. Click here. Actually, I'm going to say to dig deeper. Click here, open in a new tab. I'm going to update that and get rid of this other link because we do not need both of them. And there we go. So what is going to happen, just to explain this really briefly to you, when they click this button in their email, if they decide to, it is going to immediately start that automation. And our automation, again, was we're going to take them out of this candle follow-up series that we are in, this campaign. It is going to then add them to the get to know me prospect campaign. And then it's also going to take off the tag of the candle prospect freebie, and it's going to add the tag on just Sally's prospects, or in your case, it would just be prospects, if that makes sense. So that is super, super simple. This is going to get them into the next flow. And I'm also going to show you, I'm going to save this really quick. Actually, I'm not going to save it because we don't need it saved for now, because you guys have to actually do that yourselves. We're going to leave without saving that one. And I'm going to just show you really briefly that we are actually going to add that into each email because we want it to be right there, and we might change the wording of how we do that. This is the second email in that follow-up. This is actually right where I am going to place that automation. You're going to highlight it. You are then going to click that one. I'm going to tell you again, you're going to have to grab that thing, but since I already have it saved, there we go. We actually can insert a link into that right there. All I would have to do is hit that. That's saved from before when I did it, hit insert, and then that one will put it right there. So super cool. Now, again, I'm going to show you guys very briefly. This third one is that last email. We're giving them one more chance to grab it, because the reason we are doing that is that permission-based marketing. We want them to click into the next step, and then we have automation in place that is going to do all the things that a virtual assistant would do behind the scenes. We don't need it. GetOiling has built us in a virtual assistant with this. So cool, so good. Oh, okay. Like I said, I'm not going to beat ourselves up over it, as we are just learning this too, but just to make sure, again, that Sarah said that you know that where everything is connected and that it is working. And obviously it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but automations are going to free up your business. We talk about systems and how we have put those in place because they're so important to free your time up. This is just another step to that. And it is going to take time to learn it, but we are committed to you guys to be giving you tips and tricks of how just understanding this and all of that kind of stuff. So we are going to stop the recording now, and then we are going to re-record and do any questions that you guys might have. And I'm assuming there's going to be a ton, so make sure that you catch that second one. You can find these trainings on our YouTube channel as well as in our Facebook group. If you want the candle freebie to use with your GetOiling page, it's already set up. It's amazing. We have a resource bundle share code that is in our Facebook group, which is Simple Grace Collective. And then as well, when we release the candle Get to Know Me camp, or the candle follow-up campaign, that will be released in our group as well. So make sure that you're in our group if you are not, so you can get those free resources to use.